Hey, do you own a JL or JT and you got a bunch of stuff you don't know about? In this video, we're going to talk about a lot of features that may be unknown to you. Hey everybody, I'm Bubba with X's Jeeps, and we custom build badass Jeeps. So today I'm over in Lockhart, Texas at Benny Boy Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram with our favorite salesman, Mike Marshall. He's going to let us look at some different Wranglers and Gladiators and go over some of the features that exist in there that you may not even be aware of. So let's go take a look. One of my favorite features is the slush mats and the drain plugs in them. This is also a pet peeve of mine, so I'm going to kind of get on my soapbox here, but I see a lot of times this plug right here underneath the floor mat with the floor mat sticking up. And actually the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to take the piece of the carpet out, insert your slush mats, and then put this rubber plug back in it. What that allows you to do is clean this floor mat out through this hole without having to take the floor mats actually out of the vehicle, or get a majority of the waste, mud and stuff that you have in there out through that hole before you pull the floor mat. Because so many times, you know what I'm talking about, you got really muddy floor mats and you take them out and you end up spilling all that stuff in the carpet anyways. So really cool feature when it's done right, which is just like I'm showing you with the plug on the top of the floor mat. Really cool feature. If you got a Rubicon, Gladiator, Wrangler, doesn't matter, then you've got this really cool storage back here on the back seat. And what that's for is actually like a MOLLE system. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, it's some military grade stuff. All kinds of different stuff. I think Jeep even sells the different storage bags and stuff that weave in to this system on the back of the front seats. So you can actually add storage to the seat. You can put all kinds of stuff in there. That's really up to you. Yeah, cool feature. On this particular Rubicon Gladiator, we actually have a cool little feature right here, and that's a spray nozzle. So if you get your front camera all muddy, go in on your touchscreen and you hit the spray nozzle button and you can clean off your front camera. If you got dirt bikes, this will help you out. This little tread pattern, which is also an Easter egg. It's a nod to the lead designer because he likes dirt bikes. This right here will help you line up. As you can see, they line up, correspond with this little valley right here in the bed. And that'll help you guide your dirt bike up into the bed. Cool feature here in a Rubicon. This is the much larger 8.4-inch touchscreen. Is when you lock the front and rear lockers, you can actually see in the off-road pages. Pretty neat, cool option. You can actually see the steering angle as well. As I turn left, it shows the wheels and tires moving. So that's pretty cool. I'm not really sure why that's beneficial, but it's cool though. Everything in the off-road pages is pretty cool. When you unlock the sway bar, it's going to indicate it up here too. So this is a cool feature, and that is showing us that as we turn the wheel, it's kind of showing you where your wheels, your tires would go if you were to back up. Kind of cool if you were trying to pick a line on the trail. That was the front and this is the rear. In a perfect world, I guess, if you were like trying to pick a line on the trail, oh well, if I held my steering wheel in this position, then that's where we would go. I think that's a lot of wishful thinking. Here's another little hidden feature that most people probably overlooked, and that's the cup holder on the tailgate. Oh, that sucks. Some other cool features in the back of the JL is if you lift the cargo area back here, you'll find a nice place to hide all the bolts, so when you take the hard top off, you don't lose any of the hardware. So you put all that stuff right here. It's specifically marked in what they do: door hinges, roof, and windshield. You're not going to lose any of the hardware if you utilize the parts that Jeep gave you. Now if you lift this up, you also find the jack is hidden underneath here. And if you bought a Recon edition like this one, you get this cool bag. I believe it's got some off-roading stuff in there, like, oh, what's in here, Mike? Looks like you got some shackles and limb savers or tree savers in there. Basically your off-roading starter pack in the Recon edition. Right there. Here's another cool feature that we didn't have on the JK. When you take the hardtop off, you're going to need to unplug the electronics and the windshield washer fluid hose. Now, it used to be on the JK, when we unplugged it, it just kind of hung out back here. Well, Jeep went ahead and put this nice little clip so that if you were to unplug this, it'll snap right in here and protect that electrical connection. And then it's got a nice little place, horseshoe thing right here to put that rubber hose in so it's not flopping around in the back. And if you're looking for a place to store your hardware on your Gladiator when you take the top off or the windshield down, it's right underneath here in the back seat. It's got a really nice place to put all that. If you don't want to do it, you can ditch this, I guess, and put whatever you want in there, but it's pretty much set up like the Wrangler to hold all the hardware for the top and the windshield. Gladiator owners, something you may not know about is the 3 different positions of the tailgate. First thing we're gonna do is let it all the way down. That's one. What's really cool is you can put the cables right behind here. That's gonna let the tailgate sit at this level. I don't know what number that is, number 2 or 3, but what's cool is if you set the tailgate right there, you can put a 2x4, 2x6 across here. Now you can stack another sheet of plywood across there and have it rest on top of the tailgate so it would sit level. So it's specifically designed so that if you put a 2x4, 2x6 across the wheel wells, that whatever would sit level now on top of the tailgate. Another cool feature that you'll find, not on all models, just some, is the blind spot monitoring that is built into the tail lights. You can get it on the Wrangler and the Gladiator if you order the safety group. Pretty nice feature. It'll actually show you in the side view mirrors. It'll indicate with a nice little orange triangle if there's somebody in your blind spot. Pretty cool. And last but not least is the air up, air down feature that you can find in the Gladiator. Now, as far as I know, it's not available in the Wrangler yet, but I believe it will be with an update. But what it allows you to do is set your target air pressure. And I think when you air down and you get to that certain PSI that you set it at, the horn will go off. I know for sure that it will go off when you air up. Pretty cool feature. If you're not aware of it's there, it's in the apps. Check it out. Well, that wraps it up for the cool, maybe unknown features. Special thanks again to Mike Marshall and everybody else at Benny Boyd Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Lockhart, Texas. Hey, if you're interested in buying a Jeep, this is the place to go if you're in the area. Drive down and check them out. Make sure you talk to Mike. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more cool stuff, click here.